So you and me will kiss the sky goodnight. Just run away with me, darling. We'll get real lost. We'll get real lost again. Just run away with me, darling. We'll get real lost. We'll get real lost again.
Hi everybody, my name is Ron. Welcome back to CMP MRRF Edition. So, I want to thank also our sponsor, which is Filament.ca. So what we're going to do, we're going to go around, show you what's going on here at MRRF 2019. So, without further ado, let's go. I'm here with Paul from Timatic, and this is your new printer, is that correct?
Yes, well, it's really what I call sort of a reclamation project. So it started life as a liquid handling robot, actually, and I picked this up from government surplus. And what I've done here is I've actually tried to go with a tool changing mechanism. So the XY motion system that you see here, which uses DC servo motors, was all here originally. And what I've made is a carousel-based tool changing system. So this has 5 hot ends and has the ability to basically very quickly swap between different hot ends.
Yeah, because when I saw this and someone said, oh, it's servo motors, I went, you gotta be kidding me, servo motors are now being used?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. It's you know, there's a number of different implementations that people have had with servo motors, but the simplest way, and what I'm using in this case, is it's still using a ramps board, and it's just sending step and direction inputs to an Arduino that's actually reading the encoder and then doing the PID to be able to do the closed loop on the servo motors.
And how long did it take you to build something like this, just out of curiosity?
I think the total time's been about 10 months, but most of this was actually in the tool changing mechanism to be able to switch hot ends. So honestly, doing the DC servos was almost no time at all, because I was able to go on to GitHub and find repositories where people had done this before and made it a lot easier. So GitHub is where everybody goes to get the programming. Because when I look at this, I just think of servo motors. I don't think of using them as to do what stepper motors can do. Yeah, well, I mean, they certainly can. There's advantage if you talk to the designers, industrial designers, which I'm not. There's reasons for using stepper motors and reasons for using servos. Most of the time, if you're doing things fast, you'd want to use servos as opposed to steppers. In this case, for me, it was just more that was what was already here in this format, in this frame. So it was about adapting the existing machinery that was in here for the purposes that I was using. But having encoders is great in the sense that you can essentially never lose steps, right? So, I mean, these motors are geared too heavily, but if I could actually grab this axis and pull it to the side, it would actually just go back to position, right? So that's the real advantage of using servos with encoders.
And if people want to know more about this, like read up what you've worked on, how you did it all, where would be the best place for them to find out more about this?
I wish I had a nice place where they could look it up. I haven't really been documenting things very well. So the best thing is to follow my Twitter trail, actually. That's where I've been sort of just posting things occasionally, and the Twitter handle's Paukstelis. I don't know, you can see it right on there if you want to zoom in on there. But that's really where I've been posting sort of updates over the last, 6 or 7 months on this.
Well, I want to thank you so much for giving me the time, and have fun at MRRF.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Hi, everybody. Look who it is. It's Glen from Fun King.
I am the Fun King. I'm a little bit voiceless.
Oh, we're all voiceless right now.
Yeah, it's been a rough couple of days.
Let's talk about the FK1.
I love to talk about the FK1.
So, how did you? I know that this is like a G-Create clone. Is that correct?
Well, it started that way. It was actually going to be a pure ripoff of the G-Create Big, which they don't sell. That's an in-house only printer. And last year here at MRRF, I went to Gordon from G-Create and I said, hey, I love the printer. I couldn't afford to buy one anyway. I'm going to rip you off. And he said, oh, do it. It's so much fun. You know, and he gave me some pointers and ideas. Well, this is 3 iterations later. I made the bed not move. It went to a 4-post. I made the axis move on, or the extruder move on the short axis instead of the long axis. And then that was 6.5 months in CAD. And then I took a month and a half to put it together and get it ready for Orlando Maker Faire in November. And since then, now it's just been tweaking and tuning.
Yeah, I just noticed you're printing only one area?
Yeah, well, that's because, one, I'm still fighting with bed leveling. It's not the printer, it's just getting my head wrapped around it. But the main reason is because I wanted something small enough that I could pop off and give out to people as it was done. So if I would have done a big print, it would have taken days and days and days and days to do a big print.
Understandable. How many months would you say this took?
Well, I mean, as of this point, because it's not technically done, so we're at a year. A year total, 6.5 months CAD. But as far as the anger moments, there has been none. I have at no point been fed up with this. Even when I inadvertently drove my nozzle into the bed back there, it was a heart-wrenching moment, but it wasn't an anger moment. This project has been nothing but fabulous through the whole thing.
That's great, because I know myself. It's like I do something, I'll get mad at myself. But yeah, that's good to hear.
Yeah, no anger moments. No anger moments.
So where can everybody find out what's going on with Fun King now? Like, is it just only YouTube, or do you have other social networks that people should know about?
We're on all of the different social medias. We can be found pretty much anywhere at Fun King 3D. FunKing3D.com is the easiest place to find us. Fun King 3D on Twitter, and of course, YouTube.com/Fun King 3D.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time, and have fun at MRRF.
Well, thanks for taking the time to do the interview, and I love talking about the FK1. So thank you, brother.
No problem. I'm here with Josh from Alien 3D. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Not too bad. So, what is this, and how did this become this so big?
This is my first event that I've ever had to do, and I'm a fairly new company, so I wanted to go big or go home. So this is 764 parts, and I had probably close to 50 to 100 people submit parts to me. One guy did 215 parts all by himself, and it's just been a really great experience to put it together and see the interaction with the communities and their reactions to how it's coming along so far.
Yeah, let's talk about the filament also, which you offer now.
Yeah, my Alien Ooze filament is something I collaborated with IC3D. I'm the only person that offers this color. And then I've got my UFO mystery boxes, which is a monthly subscription service that comes with 4 20-meter samples of filament, a project, and 3D printing related accessory.
And I must admit, I've seen the videos from all the other YouTubers talking about your stuff. The boxes are amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
I can see the love that you put into this every year.
I really try, and for the first few months up until January, it was all my ideas and stuff, but I got to the point I needed some help, so there's some subscribers and community members who help me come up with ideas now every month. And it's just been a great experience, and the people who have stopped by, my subscribers this year, just thanking me for the projects and thanking me for coming out and doing something different, and they can tell I can put my heart into it. It's been a humbling experience, and the stories people tell me, I've nearly cried a few times. Kids coming up and thanking me for the projects, parents thanking me for the projects they can do with their kids, their loved ones. So it's just been really great.
Well, I look forward to seeing you at MRRF, and hopefully we'll have the whole thing done by then.
Yeah, the UFO is 9 foot wide. There's no room for it here, and definitely no time. So I'm going to have it done by MRRF, and then this thing will be about 3.5 foot taller. So,
well, I look forward to seeing you at MRRF, and hopefully more success to your place. But if someone wanted to get in contact with you, what's the best way to get in contact?
Alien3D.us, Alien Slacker on Twitter, Alien Slacker on Instagram, Alien3D.us on Facebook, and Alien 3D on YouTube.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time, and have fun at MRRF.
All right, thank you very much. Great meeting you.
Hey, everybody, look what I found. It's Chuck from Filament Friday. So, Chuck, how you like MRRF so far?
MRRF has been awesome. This is my 4th year, and it just continues to get better and bigger, and it's just amazing. It really is.
And I know that you've been doing a lot of work with the Ender 3, and honestly, your upgrades are impressive. Like, I've done a few myself that I followed your channel about.
Thanks. Yeah, it's a great printer. It's got a lot more people involved with 3D printing, which is what I focus on. The low-cost printers, helping people get started. And it's really been a great reception to this. But the mods, we've got a flexible super flex, like Ninja Flex printing on it here, showing that the EZR extruder works on it, and several other things. So it's been a great feedback to meet the fans that have come by to tell me what they like, what they don't like, and it's there. You can't get better than MRRF to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched your channel now for a long time, and the idea of what you came out with that the Bowden tube fix was a great idea.
Yeah, I can't take total credit for it. There's other, like I referred to and gave links to, but I did, come up with some connectors in that. But it's a great idea because then you can use the Capricorn tubing, so you can actually increase the temperature capability of the hot end. And I just want to share that with everybody so they know, so they can upgrade their printer and get better prints.
Well, I want to thank you so much for everything that you do with the YouTube community. And if anybody wants to find out more about what you're doing, is there anywhere else that you would like them to sign up, or just stick with the YouTube channel?
Yeah, I mean, mainly it's a YouTube channel. Just go to filamentfriday.com. It'll take you right to the YouTube channel, but you can follow me on Twitter, on Instagram, at Chuck Hellebuyck. It's I know it's hard to spell my name, but it's out there. All the links are in the About page on my YouTube About page. So, yeah, come check it out, Filament Friday, and let me know what you like and what you don't like.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and have yourself a great time on Earth.
Thank you. Thanks for stopping by.
Hey, everybody, I'm here with Bill Steele here at MRRF. And, Bill, I got to ask you a question. What was your favorite project here at MRRF?
Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, the 3D Chameleon
Really?
project.
Oh, okay.
No, really, actually, there were several that I just am flabbergasted by. A few weeks ago, I saw Jason Priest's work on the layering multicolors.
Yep.
And then, I don't know what his name is, but this gentleman right over here is doing the little flowers on an Ultimaker. But he's actually doing some amazing, brilliant work with toolpath generation, making shapes in colors. So he's doing stained glass window style work. It's phenomenal. It's just absolutely phenomenal. To me, that's the one that shows the next generation of what printing is going to do.
That's amazing. I've been around here, and it's been like every other printer guy's like, here, see my design. Is like, what?
Oh, yeah. There's so many new shapes. This printer right here, that's it's built on wire shelving.
I know.
What a fantastic use of the shelving. It's cheap printers, right? I can see this scaling really well because those shelves stack up really nicely, right? What if we had multiple printers there? There's just all kinds of
What do you think of Luke and his $40 printer?
Well, remember the candy maker's only $27, so I was teasing him about that.
Okay.
But that kid's going somewhere. He's good. He's very good.
And I know that you were really impressed with Daniel, who's a part of our channel every so often. Yep. His printer that he brought out.
Yeah. So Daniel actually shared with me the designs of the Core XYT a couple years ago. In fact, he and I were actually chatting about the best way to implement that. And so it was really nice to see that. And then this new machine that he brought with the Core XY that's planar, right? That's phenomenal because that is actually going to change the way Core XY works. It eliminates all of the bad sides of it. So everything is coplanar. There's only one point for tensioning. It's literally all of the headaches that you have with Core XY are eliminated with that design. Fantastic.
Well, I want to thank you so much for giving us...
I got one more. Nick Seward impresses me every year with something new. He brought in a new machine that's basically, he took my printer belts style machines, right? And he, instead of making a printer belt, he made the machine roll. Well, this year, he added a Scara arm to it. So he's got a rolling Scara arm across the board. And just a few minutes ago, he got it working. It's over there printing right now.
Oh, wow.
It's an amazing machine. So...
Well, I want to thank you so much for giving us just a little bit of the time. I know that you have stuff to see, but thank you so much, anyways.
Thanks. I love coming here every year, so it's great.
Well, I'm here with Nick Stewart with an interesting printer. So, this is a Scarab?
It's a Scara printer, Scara arm on wheels with a slight angle so you can print layer after layer on top of each other. You just roll down the table and print as long as you want.
It almost reminds me of the of Knack's printer that he brought in, the White Knight.
Yeah, it's related to that and the black belt and the printer belt. And really it started here 2-3 years ago when Bill Still brought, he had like a MakerBot that he repurposed with an angle bed that he was inspired by the cupcake. What was the cupcake thing called?
Oh, you mean the cupcake printer from...
The MakerBot cupcake had a little belt that you could print on a part and then you could eject a part. And so he saw that and he saw that MakerBot had patented it and he was like, they didn't think through the patent well enough. So he thought, like, what if we just tilt the bed? And they were saying the bed's only for ejection, but he says, hey, let's use the belt as the Z. And so he just used a 2D platform and then added the belt at an angle and was able to print layer after layer. And then the black belt printer, and now the White Knight, and now Wheelios.
I like this, though. I mean, the expression and, the time that it takes to build something like this is just impressive.
How long does it take? I started on Monday.
So this was just done on this Monday?
I started on Monday, yeah.
Wow. Well, I'm blown away by this. Is there anywhere where anybody can follow you and follow what's going on with this printer?
Yeah, my YouTube channel, Nicholas Seward, is the best place. I have tons of weird designs there, and anything I do, I'll link to the, GitHub or whatever other page I'll actually put designs on.
Okay, well, thank you so much for taking a few minutes, and have fun at MRRF.
Thank you.